I got a bunch of Bitcoin and it's worth money. And guess what? I need to, give goodies out to the people who voted for me and to the corporations or whatever, however I need to spend this money. Politics is about spending money to your supporters to get votes. So I just sell it. So all of a sudden, what everyone thought was a great idea when they were buying becomes this like sort of democracy. Oh, I can't pronounce the fucking name. The Greek guy with the sword.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Arthur Hayes explores the $1 million Bitcoin path, analyzing how market corrections near exhaustion. In this video, he shares key insights and predictions. Let's watch and reveal what lies ahead.
Over the market, and you're worried, will or won't they sell all this Bitcoin that they had bought? So yeah, it's a short-term sort of price appreciation because they bought some Bitcoin, but long-term, now you're just afraid of when they're going to sell it, how they're going to sell it. And it's just become a political nightmare you can't really predict. And so I say, well, if you want sort of Bitcoin to be strategically important to the United States and its goal of, keeping the dollar hegemony, well, instead of maybe you're using gold or U.S. treasuries as a reserve asset, how about we construct a system where Bitcoin is the neutral reserve asset and then the trading currency is U.S. dollar? And that's what I went into this post about, explaining my idea about how they could construct this. And I think that would be a lot more long-term positive for Bitcoin, because now you have people settling trade in Bitcoin, people saving their national surplus in Bitcoin, and people using it as a currency for global trade, which obviously has a much bigger bid on the price. And we know that because look at the U.S. treasuries. The amount of treasury debt has gone up. I think it's something like 8% CAGR over the last 30 years, or something insane. But people still buy it because you have to. You need to save in a dollar yielding instrument because of how the system is constructed, which has allowed the U.S. to essentially print all this money and buy stuff from the rest of the world.
Yeah. Well, you did write that. Let's assume that Trump is able to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. The government buys more. 1 million Bitcoin is suggested by Loomis. Boom, the price goes nuts. So you're saying that the short-term result of a Bitcoin strategic reserve is still bullish for Bitcoin. It hasn't been priced in yet fully?
Correct. So they actually have to buy it. And it's one thing to say it on the campaign trail. It's another thing to buy 1 million Bitcoin. It's not that difficult. I mean, not that easy, right? I think the U.S. government has about 200,000 Bitcoin already. They'd have to buy another 800,000 Bitcoin. I think the Loomis's bill calls to do it over the next 5 years. It'd be quite difficult to do so, given the amount of Bitcoin on exchange and who's going to sell to them and all those sorts of things.
Solana Labs co-founder Anatoly Yakovenko warned on March 6, 2025, that putting government in charge of digital assets could kill the very spirit of decentralization. After President Trump announced a strategic crypto reserve on Truth Social, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano, Yakovenko made it clear that government control might stifle innovation and erode trust in the crypto space. He argued that if a reserve is needed, it must follow strict objective guidelines to protect the self-governing nature of these networks. His remarks come at a time when the crypto community is already wary of overregulation and heavy-handed policies. The discussion gained further attention when crypto journalist Laura Shin reported that Ripple had pushed for Solana's inclusion to boost XRP's credibility. Industry leaders and market watchers are now questioning whether such a reserve could lead to unwanted financial interference and limit the growth of decentralized finance. With the White House Crypto Summit set for March 7, debates are heating up as investors and enthusiasts alike worried about the potential risks of government-managed digital assets. This conversation highlights the delicate balance between regulation and the freedom that has driven crypto innovation from the start. This debate is shaping the future of finance.
So I think that Trump and J.D. Vance and all these, Rubio, have been very clear that the current arrangement doesn't work for America first, and their vision of what the American empire should be. And basically what they need to do is they want to preserve the dollar being the currency of choice. for trade globally. However, they want to remove the treasury as the dollar reserve asset. And without getting into the weeds, the deindustrialization of the United States, the export of finance, is a direct result of the way the financial system is set up. And it's almost an accounting identity. So to change the situation, people should not be saving in U.S. treasuries. They need to find a new asset. And most likely they need to be gold. I'm arguing for them to use Bitcoin. Depending on which one you choose, there's going to be a massive price increase in that asset relative to the dollar. So the dollar gets devalued. U.S. treasuries get devalued against gold or against Bitcoin in this new system that they're trying to construct. And that allows U.S. to reindustrialize, to bring back defense contractors back in the U.S., build more bullets and weapons and all that kind of stuff. So that's sort of the impetus for the idea.
Interesting. Here you're right. The world will no longer accept savings in treasuries. That is why a neutral reserve asset must be selected. Just on this topic of treasuries, there's an idea out there, Arthur, that the advent or mass adoption of stablecoins worldwide, especially U.S. dollar-backed stablecoins that aren't algo stablecoins, they're collateralized stablecoins, will need treasuries. That will actually be the biggest driver of treasuries adoption in the next 10 years. Would you agree? Disagree?
They don't need treasuries. That's a way to earn extra yield, right? Depends on how they're, obviously Tether this shares none of its net interest income with its users. Circle tries to do some funny things with Coinbase to share that yield, but technically speaking, they can see the bank account in dollars, right? And then they charge, a fee to create and redeem. They don't actually need to invest in treasuries. It's profitable for them to invest in treasuries, but they don't need to invest in treasuries.
Okay, interesting. Let's wrap up on one more subject before I let you go, Arthur. Great talk. You're well known for inventing the perpetual swap. Where did you tell us about how that idea came around, the inspiration? I know you were a derivatives trader before your foray into crypto. Maybe you drew some inspiration from your time as a trader. Tell us how that happened.
So the number one thing I always tell founders who ask me about that is, me and my co-founders and early employees, we listen to our customers. So we answered, the three of us, my other two co-founders, answered every single support ticket ourselves for very, very many years. And, we the technology and the platform evolved to reduce the amount of time we spent asking questions of customers so we could actually do other things. And so one of the perennial questions that we got back in 2016, 2015, when we just started the platform was people didn't understand futures contracts. They write in and they say, hey, I had this position and all of a sudden it went away. You guys are scamming me or something, right? They didn't understand expiry date. Or, hey, the futures contract is trading $100.
The crypto market is experiencing a notable rebound, mirroring gains seen in the stock market. This surge comes after a sharp sell-off pushed overall valuations to their lowest levels since November 2024. On March 6, global crypto market capitalization reached approximately $3.10 trillion, representing a 5% increase over the last 24 hours. Top cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum led the rally with daily gains of around 5.6%, restoring investor confidence. A major factor behind today's rally is President Trump's decision to delay the proposed 25% auto tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico. Initially sparking fears of a trade war, these tariffs had unsettled global markets and pressured risk assets like cryptocurrencies. The delay eased tensions and fueled a risk-on sentiment that encouraged increased buying activity in digital assets. This positive momentum is also reflected in broader market trends, as stock indices like the S&P 500 and NASDAQ have been recovering alongside crypto prices. Additionally, the weakening U.S. dollar, now at its lowest level since early November, has made Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies more attractive as an inflation hedge. Technical indicators suggest that the market is building bullish momentum, with support levels holding firm and the relative strength index recovering from oversold conditions. As investors continue to digest these positive developments, the stage is set for further gains in the crypto market, potentially leading to a breakout above current resistance levels. Investors remain alert, as these shifts might reshape market trends and strengthen confidence across all sectors. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.